What if the ordinary copper coin sitting in your pocket right now is quietly carrying a forgotten piece of American history, and almost no one is paying attention? Look closer at this 1985 Lincoln cent. At first glance, it feels ordinary, just another penny. Yet something about it pulls you in. The profile of Abraham Lincoln stares forward with quiet dignity. The Lincoln Memorial stands strong on the reverse, and the year, 1985, sits there like a silent timestamp from a decade that already feels distant. This is not a rare error coin. It is not a $1,000,000 fantasy. It is something more interesting. A common coin that still manages to hold real emotional weight for collectors who know how to look. In 1985, the United States was changing fast. Music videos ruled MTV. Personal computers were entering homes. The Cold War still cast a long shadow. And every day, billions of these little copper-plated zinc coins moved through cash registers, vending machines, and children's hands. The Philadelphia Mint alone struck more than 5.5 billion of them. Denver added another 5 billion with the small D mint mark. Together, they flooded the country. Yet that massive production is exactly why the 1985 cent still fascinates people. When a coin is made in such enormous numbers, finding one that survived in near-perfect condition becomes its own quiet challenge. Most of these pennies lived hard lives. They were dropped, scraped, handled thousands of times. The few that stayed bright, sharp, and nearly flawless are the ones collectors chase. Look at the design itself. The obverse shows Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Lincoln, the same face that has watched over American pocket change for more than a century. In God We Trust curves above his head. Liberty sits to the left. The date rests to the right. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial rises with its strong columns and quiet steps. Above it, the national motto, E pluribus unum. Below, the simple words, 1 cent. Most people never notice the small details, the texture of Lincoln's hair, the tiny windows in the memorial, the way light catches the raised lettering. These are the hidden details that separate a forgettable coin from one that feels alive when you hold it under a good light. Mint marks matter, of course. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark. Denver coins show a small D beneath the date. Proof versions from San Francisco carry an ace, but those were never meant for circulation. None of these 1985 cents are scarce in ordinary grades. In worn condition, they remain worth exactly 1 cent. That honesty is important. Fake hype helps no one. What does create real value is condition. A 1985 cent graded MS-67 or higher with full original red color can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, not because the date is rare, but because almost none survive at that level. The surface must be nearly perfect. No marks, no dulling, no carbon spots. Finding one like that feels like discovering a time capsule that somehow avoided every pocket and every cash drawer for 4 decades. Collectors feel this deeply. There is a quiet satisfaction in holding a coin that left the mint the same year you were born, or the year your parents got married, or the year a favorite song first played on the radio. The 1985 cent becomes a personal link to that moment. It is not about getting rich. It is about connection. Imagine the atmosphere inside the mint in 1985. Presses slamming down thousands of times per minute. Zinc planchets receiving their thin copper coating. Workers checking quality under bright industrial lights. Then the coins leave the building and begin their long journey into American life. Through grocery stores, school lunch lines, parking meters, and birthday cards. Most will never be noticed again. A few will wait quietly in jars and boxes until someone finally looks closely. That is the real story of the 1985 1-cent coin. It is not a legendary rarity. It is a survivor of ordinary American days. And in coin collecting, survival in beautiful condition is its own kind of rarity. Have you ever pulled a 1985 penny from change and wondered if it might be special? Or do you have one sitting in a drawer right now, waiting for a second look? Drop a comment and tell me. What year of Lincoln cent means the most to you, and why? If this story made you look at your own change a little differently, subscribe and turn on notifications. There are more coins waiting with their own quiet histories. The next one might be sitting in your pocket today.